Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus, welcome. It's Warriors of Light Astro Tarot. I'm David. I'm doing a very special heart spread reading this week. It's not a love, romance, and relationship read. I call this the higher self read. And this is reading the relationship between you and your higher self. I got to tell you, obviously I put these out ahead of time. I tried to think them through too much. I take a look, kind of see where I'm going. And I cried. I don't know. I could be picking up on a friend, but it's clear after I went through it a couple times. You got on the bottom of the deck here. You got the devil. That's Scorpio energy. I know it's a Capricorn card, and it kept coming up. The devil. I shuffled and shuffled, and I was trying not to deliberately make it not be on the bottom, but to just kind of just shuffle. But I kind of kept shuffling extra long, hoping that maybe, I don't know, it would go away. I don't know why. But no, so if it's there like for a reason. So I really think, because I was thinking of Pluto a lot, and here we have the Pluto card, Judgment, here with this. And, for you guys, now you have this 25-degree, really kind of what this reading I set out to look at mostly was the eclipse of the solar eclipse at 25 Scorpio, right? And you also had, it's opposing you, the sun is, and the moon's there. And then at 10 degrees you had the solar eclipse. I mean, you have the lunar here just recently, so it's the one I'm looking at. But it doesn't matter. That's a bookend. So between 10 degrees Scorpio and 25 degrees, that energy of this eclipse, eclipsing something out of our life, it's opposing you. And it comes with the nodes. That's a big, 18-year cycle. So with this reading, I think thinking back to 2004 is not a bad idea, kind of where you were at spiritually. I get the feeling like, and this has to do with Pluto too, because Pluto's at, going to go back to 26, it's at 28, it's in retrograde. So particularly if you're a late degree, a Scorpio, then you're picking up on that energy. But that's a sextile for you, and that's good energy in a way. That's energy you can use to transform. Of course, it's like having Saturn sextile. It's like, yeah, it's good energy. You can use it to do boring things like self-discipline. So with this, you can do things like transformation. So, which is often not what we want to do, because transformation usually involves death to start with, right? Death and transformation. I get the dark side of the night of the soul here, Scorpio. If that's not you, that's not your reading. Guys, this could be death. And, I don't want to say I've been there, but I've been there. And I know what it feels like. And I got the feeling with this Nine of Swords, and you see they're sitting up at night, can't sleep. And on the opposite side is the Seven of Swords, and this is not a love reading, so it's you and your higher self. That's you sitting up at night, and I think this is a very specific reading, and that's you thinking, this is hard. What if I had done this differently? What if I hadn't have said that? What if I had said this? What if I hadn't have done that? What if I had done this? Strategic thinking around this Nine of Swords. It's all in your mind. And I see the Nine of Cups in this case here. I take it with the Six of Wands. It gets a little different than the energy of a love reading. So I kind of take these together. And I understand this, so I'm not in any way criticizing. But this Nine of Cups and this Six of Wands is you rather desperately trying to get out of this energy. That's a dark night of the soul that could be about like trying to deal with the death of someone, And, you do what you have to get through this. I'm just saying, I think that's what I see there. And then you got to take the judgment here, and this is the advice from Spirit and how to best align with your soul's, purpose, with your own higher self in the Ace of Cups. This is the most helpful and hopeful part of this reading, because I think it shows this is the Plutonic transformation. And I'm a spiritual person. I don't think anyone ever dies. The body dies, but the thing we are was never born, and it could never die. But that's cold consolation when your loved one's gone. Cold consolation. But for spiritual reading, that's what it's trying to tell you. That this is the transformation. It's like coming under the Nine of Cups. It's trying to tell you, you can try to keep your spirits up. That's good, but you're still going to be dealing with this. But this Ace of Pentacles here is like the best card in this reading. There is a new beginning. There is a solid base. It's like it's more like not really a solid base. It's like climbing out of a dark, muddy hole, and this is getting your hand up onto the top of the ground, where you could pull yourself out of the hole and up onto the earth finally, maybe in a heap, just to lay there and heave for a minute. And I think like maybe in the position you're in, this is like a good thing. You might see this for the start that it is. And I got a feeling with this Page of Cups, this is in the position of the advice, how to align yourself. This is corny as hell, but it's self-love. And I wrote something, put it on Facebook today as a silly thing kind of, but it's a conversation with my heart. And I've learned to become my own best friend. And, during this whole process, if you don't become your own best friend, you're going to become your worst enemy. There's like nobody worse than ourselves, when we're in the dark night of the soul. And maybe that's the best thing to come out of the whole dark night of the soul experience, is that we learn to become best friends with ourselves and to give ourselves self-love. I think too this could point to someone that's in your life that's loving, water sign maybe. They have a strong water sign in their chart. Anyway, they're emotionally available. And they're there for you. And they're there for you. It's an iconic card, in tarot. It is about thoughts. We got the sword starting out. The swords, Nine of Swords, the Seven of Swords. And you're in this energy because of this great loss. No one gets to tell us how to deal with this loss. It's our right, all of us, to deal with this loss however we have to deal with it. But I think there is someone there that's supporting you, but also let that be yourself. Really give yourself love, whatever that entails. And I'm sorry, guys, this is like the hardest reading I've done. But, Pluto, as an astrologer, everything in life is represented in our astrology. And Pluto represents the energy that can be very dark and difficult. It can be death. It can be, terrible car crashes, animals eating you alive. This is the Plutonic energy. There's beautiful energy there too. Opposite of Pluto, having to do with this full moon eclipse, you have Taurus, most relevant. Taurus can be heaven on Earth, and Pluto can be hell. That's how you can see it. But you can't have heaven without hell. That's how it works. You can't have the light without the dark. And I don't know. There's nothing more I could say. I think you're deep into this right now. Other than to love yourself and make sure you reach out. Isolating is so common. And if there is someone that offers you a loving cup, do take it, my friends.